Hello and good morning to all of you. I hope all of you are doing well. So, in today's class, we will be talking about data mining. Now, data mining, which is also called as data or knowledge discovery, is a mechanism for analyzing data from multiple perspectives. Now, once the data has been analyzed from multiple perspectives, the result of the analysis process is summarized in certain meaningful conclusions or scientific inferences. Now, these meaningful conclusions or scientific inferences are further used in order to make quality decisions for attainment of our business objective. Alternatively, data mining can also be thought of as a process for exploring, analyzing, and predicting patterns that are predominantly existing in the data, which otherwise would have been difficult for us to identify. And using these patterns, we can make quality business decisions for attainment of our business objectives. Now, goals of data mining includes classification or prediction. Now, in case of classification, data is grouped into identifiable groups based on the values of the attributes, whereas in case of prediction, values of continuous variables are predicted in order to enable quality decision making. So, looking at the properties of data mining has wide set of application domains. The domains include retail, sales analytics, market organization, finance, communication, network management, traffic management, medical informatics, medical diagnostics, image processing, opinion mining, to name a few. Now, some of the notable examples of data mining are classification of trees, logistic regression, neural networks, clustering techniques, and anomaly detection. Now let us try to understand what machine learning is. Now machine learning is the process or mechanism for elevating the capacity and the capability of the machine to use data, to learn from it, to identify patterns, and then subsequently use these patterns in order to make quality decision without any human intervention. Now, machine learning can also be defined as a practice of using algorithms to use data, learn from it, and then forecast future trends in the area of interest. Now, machine learning is an application of artificial intelligence that tries to build in system the ability to automatically learn and then improve upon from a set of experiences without being explicitly programmed. This implies machine learning focuses on development of computer programs that can access data and learn from it and make quality decision. Now, in order to enable machines to make quality decision, machine learning relies on two important operations. These are called as statistical analysis and predictive analysis. Now, statistical analysis tries to take in the data, tries to analyze the data with the perspective of spotting notable patterns and subsequently building a greater insight into these patterns so that patterns can be further used during predictive analysis for predicting the values of the variables. It also implies the overall process of machine learning starts with observation, that is, observing the data, drawing meaningful patterns from the data, and subsequently using the patterns in order to improve decision making ability. So, the overall goal of machine learning is to allow computer system to learn automatically and make quality decision without any human intervention. Now, machine learning algorithms are often categorized into supervised or unsupervised category. In between supervised and unsupervised, we have semi-supervised machine learning algorithms as well. Now, supervised machine learning algorithm basically tries to use whatever it has learned from the past to new data using labeled examples in order to predict future events. So, for an example, if you're performing the operation of classification and you are assigned with the activity of classifying a classroom based on gender, so eventually you'll end up with having two notable classes or two notable subsets, one resembling male, the other resembling the female category. Here, classification was based on a labeled value that was called as gender. So in case of supervised machine learning algorithm, what we tend to do is we tend to apply whatever we have learned into the data that is to be on which the operation is to be performed with the help of a labeled example. So here, in case of supervised machine learning algorithm, machine learning algorithm starts with the analysis of training data set. So here, ample amount of data is provided to the learning algorithm in order to first analyze and determine certain notable trends, and further these trends are used in order to perform the desired operation. So here the entire process starts with the analysis of the training data set. The learning algorithm produces certain inferential functions that helps in making prediction about the output value. So in case of supervised machine learning algorithm, the system is able to provide a target location for each and every input value after sufficient training. So here machine learning algorithms capable of providing a target location where the input value is to be placed, but we need to ensure that there is sufficient amount of effort dedicated in training, which also tries to emphasize on the point that the overall efficiency of the machine learning algorithm depends on how effectively training is performed, and it also relies on the integrity of the training data set. Now, the learning algorithm can also compare its output with correct intended output, and in situation if it's not capable of mapping the input value to the intended output value, or in situation if there is an error, the necessary rectification can be brought about to the model in order to enhance the ability of the computational algorithm. But again, here what we need to do is we need to emphasize on the integrity of the training data set. Now, in contrast to supervised machine learning algorithm, unsupervised machine learning algorithm are used in situation when the information with which the machine is to be trained is neither classified nor labeled. So here, this is one of the biggest hurdle of unsupervised machine learning algorithms. So here, the information with which the machine is to be trained is neither classified nor labeled. So here, the machine should be sound enough to be able to unveil or discover hidden structures that are evidently present in the data, and using that structure it has to perform the necessary operation. So in contrast to supervised machine learning algorithm, where we'll have a class being created with a label like male or female, here we'll have a class being created with just an arbitrary class name without any specific label. So that is the characteristics of unsupervised machine learning algorithm. So unsupervised machine learning algorithm tries to build inferential functions based on whatever patterns that it has uncovered from the data. Now, in between supervised and unsupervised machine learning algorithm, we have semi-supervised machine learning algorithm that falls in between supervised and unsupervised machine learning algorithm. So, supervised algorithm, as we know, it uses labeled data, whereas in case of unsupervised machine learning algorithm, it uses unlabeled data. So, in case of semi-supervised machine learning algorithm, based on the requirement, we'll take little bit of labeled data, as well as we'll take into consideration unlabeled data, and then try to perform the desired operation. So, the system that uses semi-supervised machine learning algorithms are considerably capable of improving the overall learning accuracy, because we are capable of using or depending on both labeled and unlabeled data. But whenever we are using semi-supervised learning approach requires skilled and relevant resources in order to train it, because since we do not have any label data with which the machine is to be trained, so here what we need skilled labor force as well as relevant resources in order to train the machine. Now, a reinforcement machine learning algorithm. So this I'll leave it up to you. So it is for self-study. If you face any problem, please let me know. Now let us summarize whatever we learned with the help of a very simple diagram, right? So here we have interaction between three important aspects being reflected, that is data science, artificial intelligence, and big data. Now the overall objective of collaborative effort of these three concepts are to take in data and to build a very good insight into the data, or to enable one to identify all possible patterns that are there in the data, which can be used in order to facilitate quality decision making for attainment of our business objective. So this is the overall objective of the interaction between these three important concepts. So data science has in it data analytics, right? Business intelligence, statistical operations, and the different ways in which data can be oriented. So here what we tend to do is we tend to use business intelligence in order to perform statistical analysis of the data in order to draw meaningful conclusion, right? Likewise, we have learned about machine learning. Machine learning is an application of artificial intelligence that tries to enable machine to learn automatically and enable it to make quality decision, right? Okay, so here again we have learned about data mining, which tries to identify all possible patterns that are there evidently existing in the data, which otherwise would have been difficult for one to identify. So data mining employs machine learning, whereas machine learning enables data mining. So this is a very important relationship that is there existing between machine learning and data mining. So data mining employs machine learning, whereas machine learning enables data mining, right? And both so as we have learned about that machine learning, using machine learning we can perform neural analysis or perform deep neural networks, right? Okay, and using data mining we can perform deep learning. So both deep neural networks and deep learning facilitates various applications like computer vision, natural language processing, generative models, evolutionary algorithms, and so on and so forth, right? Okay, but as we all know, data science is influenced or inspired by artificial intelligence, right? So the overall interaction between these three important concepts are very much important in order to facilitate effective analysis of data, in order to draw certain meaningful insight into it, right? So this is a very important diagram that I have taken it from one of the sources that tries to show a relationship between artificial intelligence, big data, and data science. So in today's class, what we have learned about is we have learned about what is data mining. We have learned about the importance of data mining. We have learned about why data mining is used, right? We have learned about the application domains of data mining. And we have seen some of the examples of data mining as well. Then we moved on to machine learning. We have learned about what is machine learning, what is the importance of machine learning, and what are to be emphasized upon whenever we are trying to enable machines to make quality decision. Then we talked about some of the learning approaches. We talked about supervised machine learning. We talked about unsupervised machine learning. And then we also talked about semi-supervised machine learning algorithms. So reinforcement machine learning is given to you as an assignment. So you need to self-study in situation. If you face any problem, please let me know. And then we have talked about the interaction between data science, artificial intelligence, and big data with the help of very neat diagram where we try to understand that the overall objective of these three concepts are to take in data and to build a quality insight into it so that the insight that you build regarding the data or the patterns that you identify in the data can be used in order to make quality business decision for achievement of our said business objectives. So thank you very much. Have a very good day.